Battle through the firmament. Great world. Chapter 492. A familiar name. Swish. The black-clothed lady was greatly shocked. Without the slightest hesitation, her body swiftly moved against the wall. In an instant, she had already left the spot where she had stood earlier. You. Who are you? How can you see through my hidden aura technique? The black-clothed lady inhaled deeply and forced herself to speak calmly. So much nonsense. Xiaoyan sneered. His body moved violently like a shooting star. The blue flame ruler in his hand whistled down, striking toward the girl's head. He showed no compassion for the girl in front of him. The girl in black was clearly shocked by Xiaoyan's sudden speed. With a flip of her hands, over 100 black needles appeared. Hong long. A rainstorm of pear blossoms shot out from her fingertips. Each of the thin needles emitted a cold light comparable to the power of a low-level spirit weapon. Chi, chi, chi. The thin needles pierced through the air. The sound they made sent a chill down one's spine, as if their entire bodies had been pierced, leaving their minds unconscious for a moment. Swoosh. Xiaoyan bit the tip of his tongue and suddenly woke himself up. He swept his palm across, and a crimson gold flame followed, wrapping around the hundreds of fine needles. Only then did the chilling feeling dissipate. Pooh! A trace of determination flashed in the black-clothed woman's sharp eyes. She quickly bit the tip of her tongue, and a drop of golden blood essence shot into the flame in front of her, turning into bits of blood qi that poured into the hundreds of thin needles. Buzz! An inexplicable force was transmitted. Xiaoyan's wrist shook, and the crimson gold flame in front of him was almost extinguished. In the next moment, nearly 100 thin needles broke free from the flame and shot toward Xiaoyan. Xiaoyan's expression remained calm. The hand holding the blue flame ruler suddenly stopped. The wind whistled as it stood in front of him. In an instant, a clanging sound resounded in their ears. The attack of nearly 100 fine needles was blocked, unable to advance further. Heavenly weapon. The pale face of the black-clothed lady changed when she saw that the blue flame ruler had blocked all of her black rain poison needles. She looked at Xiaoyan in disbelief. Just who was this fellow? He was merely at the Monarch Emperor level, yet he had the protection of a heavenly weapon. While she was stunned, the black-clothed woman suddenly turned around and threw a punch. The wall behind her shattered with a loud bang. As dust filled the air, she turned into a black shadow and fled. Facing Xiaoyan, she truly did not know how to win. Gone again. Flames surged into his eyes. Xiaoyan looked around. His soul energy covered the sky and the earth, yet he found no trace of the black-clothed woman. He frowned and extended his palm. The crimson gold flame in his palm danced as if sensing something. Xiao, how is it? Xiaoyan wasn't in a hurry to chase after her. He stood quietly and asked in his heart. He, don't worry, that guy has the key of Monarch Flame on her. She won't be able to escape. But then again, these fine needles are pretty good. All of them are low-grade spirit weapons. They should be a combination of a Monarch skill. Xiao's voice sounded in Xiaoyan's mind with a hint of pride. Indeed, not bad. Xiaoyan nodded. With a wave of his hand, the hundreds of fine needles on the ground flew into the sky and were stored into his storage ring. The power of these thin needles was extremely formidable. If the blue flame ruler hadn't already become a mid-grade heavenly weapon, it might not have withstood their fierce attack. She's injured and won't be able to escape far. However, this escaping movement technique isn't bad. He recalled the soundless movement technique the black-clothed woman displayed when she fled. It completely concealed her aura. This was the first time he had seen such a technique. We'll know when we catch her. Xiao chuckled indifferently. Then, it jumped off Xiaoyan's shoulder and closed its eyes, as if sensing something. After a moment, it slowly opened its eyes and looked at Xiaoyan with a strange smile. This guy is still nearby. That's not strange. The cultivation technique she practices should be the kind that delivers a fatal blow from the darkness, killing people instantly when they're unprepared. Xiaoyan smiled. His eyes shifted slightly as he heard Xiao's soft voice beside his ear. He glanced subtly toward a certain spot in the distance. In the distant ruins, under a shadow, an undetectable black figure was quietly hiding. Its cold eyes stared at Xiaoyan in the distance. Its hands held a black dagger and a sharp blade. The moment Xiaoyan showed the slightest relaxation, she would take his head at lightning speed. Suddenly, a chill ran down the black-clothed woman's spine. At that moment, she seemed to sense something. How is that possible? The breath-concealing technique is a high-rank demonic spell. Unless one is at the Emperor cultivation or above, how could he discover it? The black-clothed woman was slightly shocked. Her eyes paused, and she suddenly noticed an almost imperceptible drop of blue water stuck tightly to the handle of the black dagger in her hand. This is. Her pupils suddenly shrank to the size of pinholes. Before the woman in black could make a move, a whistling sound suddenly rang out. In the next moment, the ruins exploded with a loud bang. Xiaoyan violently smashed the ground with the blue flame ruler in his hand. In an instant, numerous ferocious cracks spread out from the center. Puff! The woman in black was hit by the huge impact and couldn't help but spit out a mouthful of blood. As dust filled the air, she didn't even have time to use her movement technique. Swish! A few flames surged over, instantly trapping the woman's hands and feet. A burning pain came from her wrists and ankles, causing her to suck in a cold breath. Boom! The blue flame ruler suddenly smashed onto the ground. Xiaoyan coldly looked at the black-clothed woman sitting motionlessly on the ground, his eyes showing no trace of pity. Don't kill me. Do you know who my martial ancestor is? Seeing Xiaoyan's cold gaze, the black-clothed woman felt a chill run down her spine and hurriedly spoke. Who is it? Xiaoyan sneered inwardly but maintained a faint smile on his face. Assassinating the ghost venerable, Li Xianfeng. Have you heard of him? The black-clothed woman gritted her teeth and spoke slowly. Although she had only seen a shadow of Li Xianfeng all these years, that didn't stop her from using him as her backer. Li Xianfeng. When Xiaoyan heard this name, he was slightly stunned. His blurry memories slowly cleared, and he remembered the owner of this name. Isn't he the third chief of the Mercenary Alliance? Why is he in the capital of chaos now? Xiaoyan's curiosity was piqued. He thought of Li Xianfeng, Li Xuan, and the two law enforcers of the Nether Domain who had wreaked havoc in Spirit Heaven Mansion. The Mercenary Alliance is in the capital of chaos. There is a branch of the Mercenary Alliance here. The person in charge of this branch is the Grandmaster. Seeing that Xiaoyan seemed to know about Lin Xianfeng, the black-clothed girl was delighted but maintained a cold expression. The Grandmaster's strength has already reached the Heavenly Sovereign level for many years. Even the 3 sovereigns and 2 emperors of the capital of chaos have to show him respect. His strength is beyond your imagination. I naturally know his strength. Xiaoyan smiled. Back then, Lin Xianfeng was merely a phantom. His true strength was definitely beyond anyone's imagination. Let me go. Otherwise, if Martial Ancestor finds out about this, with his elusive assassination technique, no one will be able to save you. Hearing Xiaoyan's tone soften slightly, the black-clothed woman couldn't help but reveal a trace of joy as she hurriedly spoke. This. Xiaoyan glanced at the black-clothed lady with an indifferent expression. Suddenly, a surge of qi swiftly merged into her body. Before she could let out a miserable cry, the life force within her had quietly disappeared. The Tao of assassination is to hide in the dark and take someone's life. If I let you go, I'm afraid the one who will die will be me. Xiaoyan expressionlessly looked at the black-clothed woman. He retracted his palm and muttered to himself. Chapter end. Please guys like, comment, share, and subscribe.